where do you have Kaylin ranked amongst the greatest women's college hoopers of all time?
Kobe, you want to take it first?
There's a few in front of her. We'll put it nicely. She's great. She's a great player. She's a great player, bro.
Five? Is she top 5?
I'll give her out. If she is, she's 5. If she is, she's 5. You just have to win. You have to win. And I told you this the other day. You said who needs it more for their conversation. And I told you Caitlin was going to be in that conversation regardless. But Dawn needed it to be at the top of that conversation. And you just put Dawn at the top of that conversation. And to be quite frank, she's not at the top of that conversation. Caitlin would not have been at the top of that conversation for me, even if she did win. But she was going to be a part of that conversation regardless. We had this argument last week when we was on. Caitlin was a great player, and she did what she was supposed to do. But you have to win. You have to win. It's plenty of NBA players who were great players, but they did not win. None of them are in the top of that conversation. It's plenty of great. It's plenty of great NCAA. It's plenty of great men's players who were great players, but they did not win. They're not in the top of that conversation. And I think the NCAA, the men's conversation and women's conversation is a little bit different because in the men's, we got one and dones. You can one and done in the men's on the men's side. And on the women's side, you got 3, 4, 5, you know what I'm saying? However many years you have to do it because you have to be there for at least 3 years. And in that 3-year span, she didn't get it done. She lost to LSU. She lost to South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? She didn't get it done. Now, has she pushed the agenda forward and has she changed the conversation around the game? All of those good things. Yes, she has. And we commend her for that. But there's a few in front of her.
How many? Who you got? Who you got? Like specifically, like in front of her? We got to hear that.
Right now, we can go with a couple UConn players. I'm gonna let P go. Let me think about my list.
I'm gonna put it like this.
Don't answer that question though, because I don't want them to think I took your
my list. I got you. I'll let you go first, and I'll say my list. But to answer the first question that you asked, there's a plethora of players that are in front of her that have done. So this is the thing with Caitlin, right? And it's kind of like I'll put it like this because you used NBA terms earlier. So when you talk about Magic and Bird, right? Magic and Bird, great players, right? And they won, right? But then here comes Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, great player, couldn't win it at first. He was kind of like Caitlin. He got all the shine, he got the shoes, he got the deals, everybody talking about him, this, and this. But then Jordan found a way to win. And then he went undefeated in the finals. And that took him over the hump, right? That was what put him at number one. It wasn't the shoes. It wasn't what put him at number one is he went to the finals and he never lost. Now it's like, okay, now we're having a different conversation. This is my thing. If Jordan did the same thing he did for basketball without winning a championship, would he be number one? Answer is probably no. So when you look at Caitlin's done a phenomenal job with moving the game forward, being an exciting and phenomenal player to watch in college basketball, playing a different style of basketball that the women's game hasn't seen consistently, I would say. But she didn't win. And you're talking about players that have 4 national titles, 3 national titles. You have back-to-back national title winners, and they are just as good players, put up just as good numbers. It had the same impact at their universities when they were there. That's the difference. So are her numbers great? Absolutely. Is she a great player? Absolutely. Is she the greatest college women's basketball player? Absolutely not. Is she one of the top 3? No. One of the top 5? No.
Top 10. I'll give her top 10.
After that, no, she's not top 5. After that, you start filling in that conversation of where she belongs. To me, after 5, you start filling in that conversation where she belongs.
See, Cole, you got your list?
Go ahead. You can finish talking and then
all right, look. I completely disagree. I don't think she's the GOAT. I'll give Breanna Stewart that. Although just eye test. Eye test. If Caitlin was on UConn, she would win. I mean, who's saying that she wouldn't have chips? She just went
But she's
to
not
a
though.
school. She just went to a school that isn't like a Tennessee, isn't like a South Carolina, isn't like a UConn where they've been there, done that. She lifted a program that had no business being in the discussion for winning a national championship, and she put them on the map. So that's one thing. Like, she's not going to have as many chips as a Breonna Stewart, as a Maya Moore, as Deanna Taurasi, like whoever, because she just wasn't at a major program that had a lot of talent. You gotta figure out who she working with. She working with players. She has a Hannah Stokey who, she'll be in the WNBA, and she's probably her second best player. Other than that, she's got sharpshooters. She got nobody else that can get their own shot whenever they want. She don't got nobody like that. At least Paige, she got Aaliyah Edwards, who's gonna be top 5, top 7 at the least. So I look at Caitlin as, she can't be the GOAT. Although if she did beat this South Carolina team, I ain't gonna lie, I would say that she's the GOAT, but she can't be the GOAT. But I got her number 3. I got Breonna Stewart. I got Maya Moore number 2. Oh no, I take that bet. I got Breonna Stewart number 1 because I got Maya Moore as a WNBA GOAT. Yeah. Now Breonna Stewart, it's kind of undisputed. I mean, 4 chips, 3 player of the years. I mean, you can't dispute that. Maya Moore, what she did, 2-time player of the year, 3 chips. I mean, she did her thing. And, Caitlin is number 3, not only for how she grew the game, grew it to heights that is literally never seen before. You're talking about 18 million viewers. That's more than NBA or MLB games in the past few years. I mean, more than the World Series, more than the NBA Finals. I mean, what she's done is freaking ridiculous. 18 million viewers is 4 million more.
Yourself.
And that's the thing.
Bro,
she played her. This is my thing. She played her part of it, which her portion of the pie may have been a bigger percentage than others, but she didn't do it by herself. I'm sorry. People were tuning in to watch her. People were tuning in to watch Juju. People were tuning in to watch Paige. People were tuning in to watch South Carolina's team as a whole. We cannot forget how people were tuning in to watch Flau'jae and Angel Reese as well at LSU. So she didn't do it by herself. And there's even more players that I haven't mentioned in that conversation that people also started tuning in to watch. And then to your point of like, she was at a place where the history wasn't winning. It feeds into my point about Jordan. Before Michael Jordan got to the Bulls were not winning. They were not one of those places where it was a luxury to go. But he turned it around by who he is, and then he found a way to win. Now, is the year span to do it different? Yeah, she only had 4 to make it happen. But in those 4, she did get them to 2 national championships. And she happened to lose both. So that's my point of she did a great job for the game when it comes to promoting it, moving it forward. Her style of play was unique and brand new. But at the end of the day, she still didn't get the job done. And it's also not her fault. And it's not the other player's fault that she went to Iowa. Like, it's not Maya Moore's fault or Diana Taurasi's fault or Breonna Stewart's fault that they went to UConn. Because when they went to UConn, they still, as Kobe said, they had to get the job done. They still had to win. She chose to go to Iowa. You got to get the job done.
She knew what the culture was at South Carolina. She knew what the culture was at UConn. She didn't choose to do that.
No, well, she wanted to go to UConn. They didn't want her. So she went homegrown. So, I mean, like, what I will say is, back to your point about like her impact is really the only I feel like is Caitlin has the most, and then Angel Reese and LSU have a huge part. Like that is a huge part.
What about
outside of them?
What about your GOAT? What about your
GOAT? But people wasn't necessarily like watching. Some black folk was like black folk rooting for Don, but like there was 18 million people. Like majority of them is looking to see if Caitlin can do the unthinkable against an undefeated team. Like that's just like what they looking for. Although like I'm all for Don, but like she ain't bringing those viewers is because of Kaylin. I'll just say that with LSU, they brought a different element. I feel like if let's just say LSU was on the other bracket, was on the other side of the bracket, they beat South Carolina, and then it's LSU and Iowa. If that was a final again, that would do 20 plus. That would do 20 plus just because of who Angel is. You got that, good guy and villain type of thing, which I don't agree that Angel is a villain. They try to make it out to be one, and I don't agree with that. So I give LSU its props because they like the Beatles. I mean, they got Angel, who's 101, superstar, flage, rapper. Haley Van Lift, she got motion. Kim Mulkey, a polarizing figure. So they got their own.
Can't forget Anissa.
Yeah, oh yeah, and Anissa Morrow. They got Michaela Williams. I mean, they got that's an all-star team right there. So they helped a lot. But I do think that overwhelmingly it was Kaylin. But yeah, I would say that she's third in my eyes. You got yours, Kobe?
Yeah. Do I have to go? Do I have to go with an order? Because I feel like this is so insane. I don't even have an order. I haven't thought hard enough about it to have an order. I got 5. I haven't thought hard enough about it to have an order.
Yeah, it's cool.
I got an order.
Wait. No, I gotta give her. Only because the woman from Tech swoops because she won with Tech. I'll give her that.
I think you're starting to realize how crazy you sound.
No,
I think
she's top 5. She's top 5. It's just like she top 5 though. Easily.
Give me Brianna Stewart, Maya Moore, Brittany. I'm throwing Brittany in there too. I'm throwing Brittany in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I throw Cheryl Miller in there?
Thank you.
Can I throw Cheryl in there? And then I got Diana Taurasi, of course. But like,
she ain't messing with Kaylin.
She's a winner.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. You got Brianna at 1, clear cut as day. She's at. You got Diana. You're talking about when we talk about Diana Taurasi.
You just took her out of the top 5?
No, she's not my top 5. Heck no.
When we're talking about Diana Taurasi, dog. We are talking. Oh my God, are you kidding me? And I have a personal because I actually got a chance to play against DT this year, like play 5-on-5 against her, and she is almost 40 or is 40, and she's still elite at basketball. You're talking about a 3-time national champion. Before UConn, she is the start of UConn becoming UConn. She was right after Sue Bird. So she was like a part of that initial, let's kick this off and really make it what it is. And she won 3. So you got Brianna 4, DT 3. As he mentioned, you got Brittany Griner, who also 40-0 campaign, national champion, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. She averaged 22-8.
22-9. Yeah, 22.
Like, come on, dog.
Insane.
Like we talking about a person who played college basketball for 4 years and never missed a start. She never not started a game in 4 years. All right, let's cut it. And then I ain't even got to say Candace Parker, clear as day. It's like we talking about a back-to-back national champion. Come on, dog. Are you kidding me? Come on. She was crazy.
My argument is if you put Kaylin in those programs, she's winning chips, bro.
No, that's not a good argument. That's not a good argument.
She's not
Let me finish off the list because Maya Moore is most definitely on that list.
No,
it's not even. So that's 5 players that I said, and I got more than I ain't even got to Caitlin yet. That's 5 just off the top of and I ain't even got to Caitlin yet.
So just changing the game does not factor in. Like it's just like just swept under the rug.
But this is my thing. This is my thing.
Hey, is Steph Curry in your top 3 or top 5?
Checkmate. Thank you.
No, but he could, bro. Bro, he not me. Maybe not for me. But he top 10 for sure. He could get to.
Actually, you know what? No. I got one better. You said Steph. You was being generous because Steph has won championships. I'm gonna ask you this: since you got the jersey behind you, is Allen Iverson in your top 3 or top 5?
Bro, that's not the
No.
same.
And that's Caitlin Clark.
Because he
That's
had way
Caitlin
more
Clark.
time. He had way more
No.
time. She didn't have time for her. She had 4 years.
Listen. We talking about, is Allen Iverson in your top 3 or top 5? The answer is no. And we know what Allen Iverson did for the game of basketball on the men's side. He made basketball cool. He made NBA basketball and basketball cool to play, to be a part of, to wear sleeves, to watch. His style of play was crazy. The handles across. He made basketball cool. Caitlin Clark made college women's basketball cool to watch, to want to try and go do, give inspiration to the youth. Same thing AI did. AI gave all 3 of us inspiration to go out there, do a crossover hoop. Caitlin Clark giving all these young girls on both sides, whatever ethnicity you are, race you are, she's giving you an inspiration to go play basketball. But AI didn't win nothing, and neither has Caitlin. They're both great. For their own reasons, they're both great. When we talking about the greatest of all time to lace them up in college women's basketball, I'm sorry, dog. She's not. Nah, come on, man.
So what about, all right, so let's go to the WNBA.
You did that. You did the AI thing, and I was going to do the AI thing. It just hurts my heart to have to do. As a native of Virginia, it just hurts my heart to have to do that. Like I wanted to do the AI thing. I wanted to do it, but I was like, no, I'm gonna just go Steph instead. Like they both shoot the lights out the gym. They both shoot from the parking lot. Like it's just transcendent. I get it.
Bro, I don't know. Steph when it's all said, I like the AI comparison more. I like that more because I think with Steph, he can end up being top. He can end up like, I don't even know if I agree with it, but a lot of people in his generation could be saying he top 5.